So in education, here is the biggest problem, that we have MBA schools today that are producing students with almost no IT or cybersecurity curriculum. So when they go to be a CFO or a CEO in the modern world, they don't know how to use and leverage IT and cybersecurity as a productivity and innovation driver. On the other hand, we have IT and cybersecurity schools that don't have any business curriculum. So we're graduating students from both programs that are not ready to be executives in the modern organization. So I'm one of those people that don't just observe problems, I also try to fix them. And the way I've attempted to fix this particular problem is by developing a holistic business information technology and cybersecurity program. So it's a master's program and a doctoral program that covers the entire cybersecurity model. Because the cybersecurity model is a very holistic model. People are the most important aspect of that model, whereas the entire industry and even the education sector has been focused on technology, which is why we have all these massive failures, because the failures have been happening as a result of people. Because it's been a lot easier to breach people, and if people are not properly trained and they're not embracing this whole concept of cybersecurity being their responsibility, you're going to have problems. So we have failed in that engagement, and that's where the leadership aspect comes in also. So that is also another critical area where I work in, the leadership aspects. So the whole breach at OPM, yes, it may have been technology, but you see the whole failure was in the governance. First of all, OPM did not even have a chief information security officer. And if you don't have an executive who is overseeing a strategy, you're going to have a problem. And Anthem is another case, 88 million health records breached, but the issue was that they were not observing what privileged people were doing with their accounts. So for example, if you go to a hospital, sometimes even if a doctor looks at 2 or 3 records, all kinds of alarm bells go off. In Anthem, 88 million records are being sucked out by a database administrator's account, and yet no alarm bell go off. So this is a governance issue. It's not that technology isn't available, but you see, leaders and humans even choose the technology that is to be used. So if we just look at technology, we're not going to solve the problem. The other thing is that a critical aspect of cybersecurity is continuous innovation. Because cybersecurity is not a state, it's a process. And so you have to continuously improve, because all the people that are trying to get your data, they have made innovation a culture of their organization. They're hiring some of the best people, and they're making them come up with innovative ways to break into the system. The other issue is that we have always looked at this as a cost center. See, I don't view cybersecurity as a cost center. I look at it as an innovation engine. And innovation is done by people. It's not done by technology. So once again, if I can unleash this concept of innovation as a culture within any organization, guess what? I'm going to innovate in every aspect of the company. And so suddenly, IT and cybersecurity strategy is going to become an innovation and productivity driver. So can you imagine what that'll do to a company? And that's the way I've led organizations for 30 years, because it was all about engaging all the brains of the organization. See, cybersecurity is not a one-brain sport. Every brain has to be engaged, because every brain has some knowledge and the capability to innovate. In government IT or healthcare, in every organization, the biggest problem is that the leaders are not developing other leaders. And the leaders themselves have been taught leadership the wrong way. For example, in many of the leadership books, you will see that, oh, leaders have to have this charisma and they have to have these 20 characteristics to be a leader. Whereas I say no, leadership is simply a state of mind. A position does not determine whether I'm going to be a leader or not. I can be a staff person, I can be a security guard, I can be anything, but I can be innovative because I have my domain of my job responsibilities. I know best how to do that job. I also know best what may be wrong with that job, and I can come up with ways to improve on that job. So if I can unleash that mentality and encourage that mentality, then what will happen is that I will have an organization of leaders. And when you have that, that's when you can have unbelievable amounts of productivity and innovation. And that's the problem. So this is why one of my core courses is on leadership of cybersecurity. And it's not really cybersecurity course, it's more a leadership course. I teach people to lead with any knowledge they might have. So you might know how to get to the bathroom. If you show me how to go to the bathroom, that's an act of leadership, right? And what did it require? You didn't need any charisma or any 20 different characteristics. All you needed is some knowledge that I did not have. And every human being has some knowledge that other people don't have. And that's what we can use to help each other, to lead each other. So what we need to have in any organization are teams of leaders.